Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? I know I didn't put a warning out that I was coming on today, so just checking in with everybody. If anybody pop up, we can talk for a while. Okay, let me find my glasses so I can read the comments, man. Getting old. I don't even know what I did with them. Just had them. Oh well, getting old. Yeah, more hood stories, man. Unfortunately, um, I don't really have many more. I mean, I do have some, but I can't be sharing that stuff on YouTube. If even on Patreon, that stuff was really into the nitty gritty of stuff, But I don't know. Maybe I could make it. Maybe I could tell like a cartoon story or something. Make somebody draw it up. As a cartoon, like what could it happen or may it possibly happen. But some of that stuff, man. I mean, nah, it's like, nah, I can't talk about that stuff. So where you from? WWBC Media. Oh, I'm carrying a 40 cal. Hold on a second. I'm in the kitchen cooking a little dinner. In my little stool. It's funny because when I'm so tall, man. When I stand up, I hit the hood range. When I bend down to check a pot, I'll hit my forehead on it. So Chicago, yeah. So I have a SIG P239 40 caliber. That's what I carry. That's my EDC. I have another 380 1911 that I prefer. Actually, it's a lighter gun, and I carry that a lot. Um, but right now, because how stable things are, I carry my 40 with a couple extra magazines. Corporate stories. Yeah, we can tell it's a corporate way, right? Like it's corporate takeover, you know, or how companies died, stuff like that. But I did have a lot of friends that died. I could tell you their stories. I had one of my boys, Tito. He had just got out of jail for, selling drugs. He was in the halfway house, but he was such a big drug dealer that he got somebody that was working at the halfway house on drugs, and he basically get on drugs to get out and take the van from the halfway house to the races in Acco, New Jersey. He had the van. He could basically drive the van around from the whole VOA Volunteers of America halfway house. So one day he went to go see my boy Big Dave on Atlantic Avenue in Camden, and he was old. They've been friends since they were children, and he came out the house, and some young boy shot him 7 times in the back of the head with a 45, and that was because when Tito came out, instead of him, trying to go on straight and narrow, he went out there and basically took out over like a whole bunch of like drug sets, you know, and unfortunately, he was beating the guys up and shooting them, making them sit. Was it back in the day the JBM Junior Black Mafia Philly used to have this saying that says "Get down or lay down." And the lay down was you dead, right? So he actually, you know, followed that little motto. He wasn't killing nobody, but he was definitely beat. He give you a beat down. So that's one of the stories. Yeah, it's not worth it. That's why I never got involved with selling drugs. I had a lot of friends that sold and stuff, but I never got involved with it personally. It just wasn't worth it. Plus, I didn't want a criminal record. My dad was a correctional officer. My mom retired from the federal government, so and I didn't want to be the only one in my family with a criminal record because nobody in my family has a criminal record. I mean, nobody. And a matter of fact, for the longest time, until I was 40, I was the only one in the entire family without a degree, with the exception of one cousin. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't trying to be the only one being a bum in the family. You know what I'm saying? When I come to family reunion, everybody be shaking their head like, he let us down. Nah, homie. Nah, not me. In fact, I was going to drop out of high school. Man, I hated high school, man. It wasn't so much the kids and all that. It's just, it was a rough time for me in the family. Um, Everything. It was just a bad time for me. And so I was actually going to quit my freshman year. But then I thought about I'll be the only one that didn't have a high school diploma. That's what kept me going. Somebody asked the question, would you recommend still being a security today? Boy, I tell you, depends on what kind of club. Safe clubs would be a salsa club, because that's usually a family event. Um, Maybe some of the Caribbean clubs. Um, One of those raves or not raves, dance or electronic EDMI or something. Was it electric dance music EDMI or something? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but as far as like where they serve a lot of alcohol, a lot of people today they're not just on alcohol; they're smoking weed and they're using all kinds of drugs. So it's really up to you. But if you go, make sure you get a license. Follow the laws. Get a license, security guard license, or get a gun, carry it legally, and just follow all the self defense laws. But you can't. I don't believe you can be a security guard today without having a permit to carry. You can't do it. You can't do it because that's one of the reasons why I got out of it. Because every time somebody asked me to bounce a club, uh, bro, I had to carry a gun. I didn't like it because that back then, guns, you could carry a gun legally, but I had to carry a gun for my life. So yeah, you know, there you go. Yeah, because I mean, it's fun. It is fun. You meet a lot of women. And then you get once you become a bouncer, other bouncers get to know you, so you'll never really pay for a club. You'll never pay interest for a club, not like that. Um, Hold on a second, gentlemen. Can I pause this thing? I don't think so. Hold on a second. I'm good. I'm guys just checking on my food. But yeah. Uh, what was I saying? I was saying, yeah, it's fun. You meet a lot of different people. Once the bouncers get to know you, you pretty much never have to pay to get into a club. I never paid to get into a club. You know, my boys used to ask me to go to clubs all the time with them, and I never felt the urge to go because I always tell people because I have been around so long. So one club will close down for various reasons, non-profitability, fights, lost their liquor license, whatever it was. But then they open up a club on the other side of town, and the same people who are at the old club come to the new club, or vice versa. The club's still open, but people get tired of the club, so somebody else opens a club down the street, and basically, hold on a second. Basically, it's the same people showing up. So I know it because I'm at the door all the time. I was like, wasn't you down the street last week? Yeah. They just want to come and see what the new stuff is, what it looks like on the side. A lot of club owners, they stepped up their game. It's not as dingy as it used to be. It's not as dark as it used to be. They got a lot of laser lights and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, people want to see new stuff. You know, they want to have a new experience with the same people. Why they do it, they do it. But alcohol is a large part of that too, because these bar owners and stuff compete with one another on prices. Like excuse me, Joe. Like one of the most favorite things specials they used to run was ladies' night. So ladies get like a Zinfandel or something like that to drink, some type of some type of beverage for free up to like 9 o'clock. So ladies' night would start at around 8:30, something like that, or even 9. And then ladies' night would be to 10 o'clock, and no man was allowed in. And the logic behind that, I went over this in one of my videos, is that basically it encourages the guys, because they figure, oh, the women been in there drinking all for a couple hours. Now I ain't got to spend all that money buying drinks. Two, they might be a little, tipsy, so they like, yeah, we going in there. Oh man, it was fun back in the day. I remember how the brothers used to send like a guinea pig in the club. They would be in the parking lot. They said, ain't too many cars out here. So they'd be in a group of maybe 5 or 6 or 10 people, and then they'd be like, well, okay, all right, let's give them some money. We split the money. One person would pay to go in, and then they would go in and walk all throughout the club and see if any pretty women was in there. And if he says okay, he wouldn't even leave the club. He'd be at the front door like, yeah, come on in, come on in. But if it sucked, he'd walk out the door like, man, we gotta go somewhere else. It used to be funny. I used to get mad when they send little spies like that, because it really makes it hard for promoters to make money like that. But I can't blame him. I wouldn't go in there with a bunch of men, a bunch of penises swinging. You know what I'm saying? So, it was cool like that. But the club scene was fun. I miss it because you didn't have to have the guns back then. When I first started, I used to take knives and stuff off people, but once in a while you pat somebody down, they had a gun on them, something like that. But you just tell them, hey man, can you leave that in the car, and come back. You know what I'm saying? And they comply. Nowadays, man, what do you mean? I got a gun. So what? So what, man? I won't come in here, man. I can't leave myself on strap. They run in their mouth, and then with them running their mouth, it just makes your day a whole lot longer, a whole lot more stressful, and then the possibility you might have to jack them, and who needs that? Especially at my age, man. I'm too old for that. But if y'all want to do it, go ahead and do it, man. Have fun. You can make decent money, but also nowadays club owners, man, they trying to pay you by the hour. Like, oh, I pay you $10 an hour. What? How much? You got to be crazy, man. You better pay me. The least I would go out there, the minimum I would go out there again for is $200 for a night. The minimum, and that depends on what the security staff looks like, how many people I got helping me. It also depends on what kind of crowd it is. Because if it's like a salsa club where it's mostly family coming out, or Caribbean or R&B or jazz club, oh yeah, $200 is fine. Because most of the people going to jazz clubs, R&B clubs, they in there having fun. They ain't thinking about fighting nobody. And if anything happens, somebody's drunk, and you just got to go off to the table or the bar and ask them to, and escort them out. You ain't got to do nothing much. Because they got jobs, they got careers. So for older crowds, say the 40s to 50s, yeah, I would bounce that club. But the younger people, even some of the 30-year-olds are pretty mature, but unfortunately they hang around the 20s, the 20-year-olds, because the young girls like the 25 to 28s be trying to hang with the older dudes, and the older dudes be trying to hang with them. So that's a mixed crowd. I can't deal with mixed crowds, because mixed crowds, that's trouble. You know. But all right, gentlemen, my grub is about done. I still got to owe you a video on this flashlight mounted to my AR. And I'll get with you guys soon, all right? God bless you. Remember, prepare. They talking about this cyber attack stuff, cyber pandemic or something. And then, but most of all, prepare your hearts, man, because Jesus is coming soon, man. This stuff that's going on in this world now is crazy. All right, brothers? Y'all have a good one. God bless. I don't even know how to stop this, but it is what it is. How do I do this?